Hello everybody, thanks for sticking with us. It's time for another match here at the Overwatch League. Doa and Monte Cristo here, and we're going to kick things off with Toronto Defiant taking on the Guangzhou Charge. Two teams that have had a rough go of it this season, haven't they?
Yes, they have. Ever since the Toronto Defiant started out pretty strong in the league, they have fallen off.
Yes, they have.
As you can see, they're still clinging just barely in that 11th slot to a chance to be in the playoff play-in.
They are. It's possible. Their map differential isn't too terrible. They're not too far behind 500 in their overall win rate, but we'll see what they can do. Maybe their new player, Gods, can help them. Now, this is a player that's been around Overwatch for quite a while.
That's right. As we can see, this is us when we were casting on OGN with Apex Season 2.
I remember these matches, yeah.
Very exciting times here as he was on Cloud9. And in fact, Gods was part of the team that invented the C9.
That is
abandoning
true.
The point. In fact, the very game against Africa Freaks Blue that you and I casted back in Seoul in South Korea.
Back in 2016.
That's right. It was
17.
2017. It may have been late 2016, but yeah, around then, that's when Mendo Kusai decided to tack visor and run off the point, thereby inventing the C9. So there you go, some Overwatch history. Gods was there. He lived that moment.
No, we don't blame him for that moment, but he was there.
He was there. He
part of that
experienced
moment.
it.
That's right. I'm glad I was there. I'm glad we were there to experience that too. Well, guys, let's take a look at Guangzhou Charge for a moment. The opponents. Now, this is a team where you look at this roster and there's so much talent on it. And I thought this was going to be one of the greatest teams in the league, and it turns out not so much. They had a really difficult start to the season, but this was supposed to be the stage that they started turning it around, and they didn't.
I mean, part of it, it looked, to be fair, this stage looked easier than perhaps it was because they had to deal with a resurgent Valiant, right? Who's on the upswing. But as it is right now, Guangzhou, when you see them against the Hunters, the Valiant, the Defiant, the Justice, this is where the turnarounds had to happen for Guangzhou after hitting basically all of the best teams in the league in Stage 2. And so far, they've really under-delivered, only winning 2 maps. It hasn't been great.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, without much further ado, let's introduce our teams in this series, starting off with the Toronto Defiant. Defiant, or their alternate jerseys today, rather. Pretty cool. And of course, the big question is, what's the big difference that Gods is going to make on this team? I think a strong start for him so far, but they need a bit more.
Yeah, and now that Envy is no longer on the roster, we know definitively that Gods is going to be playing all these matches.
He's the guy now.
Yeah, after starting with an all-Korean roster this season, the Toronto Defiant have made changes to go with a mixed roster, bringing in Sherrick and Gods before this stage and trying to integrate them as best they can. Now, Defiant, this is a great chance for them to pick up a victory, especially because as it stands right now, with the current win rates of teams, they have the easiest schedule of any team in Stage 4. So a start to that hot streak where they can bowl over some easy teams, maybe squeak into the playoffs. It'd be great if it started today.
Hey, I mean, they've got a great opportunity. We'll see if they can do it. There are other opponents in this series. Let's hear it for the Guangzhou Charge. And the Charge again, I can't stop loving this team. And it's because the players on it are all so individually good, or at least they have been at one point, that it still feels to me like at some point, something's gonna click and this is gonna become a great team.
Yeah, I have to agree. When you look at the Charge, you go over these names and you think, wow, these are some great.
Yeah, Eileen, Happy, Hotba, Shu, like there's so many good names.
Yeah, there's some great players on this roster, but it really has been a synergy issue. And Guangzhou has made the decision to run with Chinese players, Western players, European players in there, as well as Korean players. And this has been an issue, I think, in terms of communicating in game. And they've also been, just as a team, very aggressive at swapping players in and out from map to map. So they haven't gone down the route of sort of setting a starting 6 as much as many other teams have in the Overwatch League, and they've tried to play with their versatility. And part of it has been the Pacific Division is definitely harder this year, and they hit a bunch of very difficult Pacific Division opponents back to back to back. But during that period, they also went on a 23 map loss streak.
Yeah.
So
Meanwhile, another thing to think about during this series as we kind of get ready is on the Toronto side, their team fight ranks in Stage 3 have been pretty abysmal.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's to be expected when you suddenly have to change the language that your team is calming in because you have brought in, Sherrick and Gods in the tank line.
Yep, true enough. Well, enough about that. Map set brought to you by Toronto. Let's see where these guys are going today. They're going to Ilios first for control map, then Paris will be our assault map, Hollywood on hybrid, and finally Gibraltar for escort. And if we need it, that fifth and final tiebreaker map. But it all starts here on Ilios. We'll see who gets the early lead here. 4-0 record on this map for Defiant. Not bad at all. 2-3 for the Charge. So historically, a good map for Toronto.
And as we look here, the Guangzhou Charge will be rolling out on Hotba with the Pharah. And this may surprise some people, but Hotba actually has more final blows for 10 minutes than any other Pharah in the league this year.
Oh, he's a great Pharah.
Yeah.
I mean, you remember some of their earlier matches. He definitely put on a show.
Absolutely, but when you think about other Pharah players, like that puts him ahead of players like Jinmu, Ding, even Jake this stage in final blows for 10. So this is a guy who I think we haven't focused on enough in terms of his flexibility and his DPS play.
Ivy got me excited for a moment swapping to the Widowmaker, but then it was right over to the Sombra. So Toronto Defiant bring in the Moira and the Sombra to switch things up a little bit here. Charge doesn't even take the point. Toronto gets back fast enough to contest again.
Yeah, good swap by Toronto. Over to a better composition. Ivy trying to play that Sombra.
Wow.
Oh no.
Charge in big trouble and he can't stay alive. Eileen picks up the final blow there. That said though, Defiant does claim the point first, so they'll get a little bit of control percent at least.
I mean, that's great.
We'll see how long they can hold it.
Yeah, you lose the first member of the team, but you're still getting the point. That's what matters, the control in the end. And now they can sort of drag this one out. By the way, Sherrick is back now, so that actually did nothing.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm surprised they were able to take it during all that. Sherrick comes back with some revenge onto Guangzhou, gets the kill onto Shu before Happy takes him and Neko out. Now Hotba with the barrage to try to turn it into Guangzhou's favor handily, and he does just that. They should be able to flip it, you think.
Lucio proving difficult to eliminate. Ivy just going to translocate out. Ivy with an EMP though, and look at that. Nearly 40% basically for free for the Defiant.
That's so great for Toronto. You're going to be so happy with that result.
Yeah, you didn't use any ults.
Yeah.
You died first, but you took the point because you distracted the Guangzhou Charge away from the objective.
Here we go.
And now you're coming back with an EMP. Man, you're feeling good. Ivy missed all his shots.
I mean, he just tried to come out of stealth and headshot him, but Happy a little bit too quick on the trigger to get out of there. Now it's going to be the coalescence for Toronto. Ivy down, Happy finds a headshot anyway. Can he find more? Toronto backing away. It looks like they're not going to be able to retake it unless something turns around in a big way. Nano boost onto Rio. He's going to finish off I'm 37. And it's looking good for the Charge so far.
Happy, proving clutch. I know Hex on watch point said he wanted more of that Widow.
Happy.
He's going to get out of there.
Woo. Yeah, I know he dropped down there to avoid the self-destruct, swung his way back out again. Indiana Jones is in that ball, not some hamster apparently. Shu down. So Toronto's still fighting this one. They still want to try to take it. I mean, they've still got the percent rolling, I suppose, but...
Well, Toronto flipped it during the middle of that fight, so actually another opportunity because Guangzhou vacated the point for Toronto to steal some percent.
Yeah, God's kind of creating some space and allowing his team to take the point real quick there. Hotba's got the barrage. Guangzhou actually coming back with a lot of balls. Oh, wow, aggressive barrage. Everybody ducking for cover there. Hotba lives through it, though. Sound barrier has to be used for Toronto to try to keep people up. Oh, I'm 37 in big trouble, but not as big of a trouble as Rio's in his aid. Finishes him off. Ivy drops as well. It's a 5v5 on the point right now.
This will heal you.
Neko claiming that that will heal people. I agree.
As long as they're there to walk into it.
You know, I trust Moira when she says something's going to heal me, I suppose. Eileen down, though. Could use a bit of healing there from the Guangzhou side of things. They're light on ultimates here.
Light on healing, too. Neko running out of juice here on the Moira.
I was going to say, yeah, the battery's almost out. He has that coalescence to pop. Ooh, that was a nice tracking, though. Nearly finish off Shu. Somebody on the Charge anyway. Now it's 99% for Toronto. Neko throwing out the damage orb to try to do a bit more damage. Doesn't want to walk into the minefield wisely. Toronto just trying to hold on for just a little bit longer. God's down, though. They lost that Diva mech, and that's big. Oh, nice barrage. from Hotba. Lots of damage. Easy kills finished up by the rest of his teammates. It was a sick mid-air hit. Finally finishing off Sharik as well. And Toronto Defiant scrambling to just try to control the point, but it looks like Charge is going to get another shot here.
Yeah, look at this. Toronto Defiant had to use everything, Noah, now. EMP for the Charge, and they can stall with the Infrasight from Happy. So should go Infrasight. They could use the EMP, charge up their other ultimates. This is looking really good for a 99-99 contest here, with the Charge being able, if they want, if they play well, to take this all the way and run it back.
Gonna get the Sombra. Ooh, goes for the point-blank shot. Finds it on that Ivy. There it was. That's why Ivy is one of the most exciting Widowmakers in this league. Shots like that.
And the value you get off of that ult too. Not only did you stall them with the Infrasight, you killed the Sombra. So there's no ult charge there. You wasted a bunch of time, but now, look at this. One fight, and Eileen still has EMP. This is fantastic for the Charge.
There it is, and they're gonna finish off Shark right away. Oh, I thought they would. He got it with no health remaining, basically. I'm 37, not so lucky though. Happy finds another one. Goes for the high-flying headshot, finds it against Gods, but that's a lot of HP on that mech. Toronto gonna be able to re-engage here.
I'm not sure that's the EMP they wanted, Doha.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed like the team wasn't ready to follow it up, did they? Sharik, now he's got the Primal Rage. He can just sit on that point for a while and just be annoying, make Charge come to him. Gonna go and use that Primal Rage. Oh, but they're not on the point! Oh my goodness.
Well, we talked about Gods and the the original C9. That was again.
Why break tradition?
Not his fault, but he was there.
No.
This time there was a Primal Rage going on during that.
He's kind of like the C9 fairy. He just appears whenever C9 is about to happen. Well, rough end of that round for Toronto. I mean, you have to go back though and think, you know, they really got 43% at the beginning of that, so should it have even been that close?
Yeah, I mean, like Sharik is standing here. Watch him Primal right now.
Yep.
He jumped. This is like that is an epic C9 right there.
I mean, maybe they thought somebody else would jump on there, like Gods was close. Everybody tried. They tried to get there. Hey,
that is
you know, underscoring. I love it when our pre-match points come back during the actual series. That's nice. Thanks, Toronto. Hotba, all right, get some Hotba Tracer action for just 1 second until he changes. Why?
Ivy now going on the train. Oh, everybody changing. Stay in spawn and stare at each other. So what did we end up with here at the end?
Well, it's gonna be Sombra. Sombra comp coming out again. All right.
What? All right, well, Eileen is scouting.
Yeah.
So they've got that going for them.
Yep, all right, and they've got control percent too. Guangzhou Charge taking it unopposed.
Is so weird. This whole match is so weird. I mean, Guangzhou giving up the control percent for free to Toronto at the beginning, and now this like madcap swapping that leads to Guangzhou getting 3%.
Get ready for a whole match of this. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be glorious. It's gonna be a tale sung about in the halls of Odin himself.
No, there won't be. This is not glorious enough for Odin, Noah. Don't insult Odin like that.
Sorry, Odin. I'll issue my public apology later.
He's gonna come riding in on Sleipnir and skewer you with Gungnir.
Not Sleipnir, and not Gungnir, the spear of Odin. It's okay, I'll just dodge onto his blind side. Fine. We're really trading our Odin knowledge, aren't we? Hotba down. Guangzhou Charge already giving over that point. Toronto getting the control percent building. You know, Sleipnir with his 6 legs. Not a trait many horses have. 8. 8? Ah, that's close enough. 6 is basically 8, isn't it?
Oh boy. Well, anyway, Eileen did manage to, because he got behind Toronto so early on in this match, actually charges EMP pretty darn quick here. So
sure enough.
Maybe come in with the rally.
Oh, all right, there's the EMP. Big one comes in. Shatter follow-up and Charge. Ooh, they really punished Defiant for their aggression there. God says like no HP. Goodbye, mech. It's T-ball now. And that's going to be a point retake by the Charge.
They have a chance to push forward here. Wow, what great value too. EMP straight into Shatter.
Yeah, I mean, that's about as cleanly executed as you could hope for.
So now a rally chance here. So Guangzhou, they're going to not, I'm surprised they're not playing more aggressively right now. You have a chance to rally in here and try and force some ults from Defiant using the rally.
I mean, they don't have to worry about the EMP on the side of the Defiant. They're not running that Sombra, so you can be a bit more aggressive.
Yeah, you can cluster up for that rally 100%.
Yeah, for sure. Hotba's got the grab. He's caught in the grab of his own right now. Uses his self-destruct, comes in, no kills. for Toronto. The sound barrier was there for the charge. Rio with a nice shatter. 3 people. Charge gets canceled, but the damage was done anyway. Shu coming in for the 2K. 2 for Shu.
And now Eileen once again with an EMP. Charges it up, go back and hop on the Mega Health back, and plan his escape route right now. But now Guangzhou, even though they're not playing as aggressively, certainly doing all right here. Aid with the sound barrier. That's going to be the shot here for Defiant to go ahead and win this point.
I mean, it's not a lot to work off of, right? I mean, it's that extra shields for the moment, but now the EMP comes in, hits A2, he can't even use the ultimate. And it's gonna have to be one last ditch effort by the Defiant to try to stay in this map.
I mean, they split up right now, so there aren't exit kills here. And actually, Eileen falls, he goes too far forward, he gets picked up by Neko.
Oh, that's tragic.
Huge
Defiant,
chance.
Defiant, oh, but then they lose Gods. That's a fully charged up Hotba doing the damage. Gods with no mech right now. And the advantage they had by killing Eileen is gone as fast as it appeared.
Eileen's almost back.
Here we go, big slam coming in from Shark. God's down, Rio finds him with the fire strike. Now Shu jets in with the Transcendence to try to keep Charge in it right now. Rio just looking for that final Earth Shatter to end this one. He's gonna try to counter the grab with that one, but no, it looks like Toronto gets a couple kills, but it's not gonna be enough. The Charge finished it off, a 2-0 for them on Nepal.
And there you go, taking the map. So Charge up 2-0, pretty commanding wins there. And they're trying to turn this around, keep themselves in contention for that 12th place finish and at least have a shot at the season playoffs.
It looked a bit shaky here and there, but a strong map for the Charge. Let's see if Toronto can tie it up in our next one.
The Overwatch League is powered by Intel. Game, record, stream without compromise on Intel Core i7. And by Omen by HP, the official PC and display of the Overwatch League.
Welcome to Assist of the Week, presented by State Farm. The Houston Outlaws had a difficult task against the dominant San Francisco Shock, but on Map 1 stole a fight with Raucus's Bionic Grenade dropping right in the middle of the entire Shock team, giving the Outlaws a decisive fight.
So look at that, Sleep Dart, no Matrix. He walks up and Bionic Grenades the massive San Francisco Shock players. That is some great auto play from Raucus.
Welcome back, guys. So far, it's a 1-0 lead for the Guangzhou Charge, and it looks a bit shaky here and there, but they did kind of finish that map pretty cleanly at the end, and yeah, lead in the series.
Well, also, I mean, it just kind of weird. Like, they gave Toronto some free percent at the beginning.
I don't know.
All that crazy swapping at the start of Ruins.
You know, sometimes when teams are trying to react to each other compositionally, that just kind of happens, right? But yeah, I don't know. Whatever. It's exciting. I don't mind.
It definitely was. I mean,
I see Happy play Widowmaker. I'm happy with that.
Exactly, and everybody should be pleased with Happy playing Widowmaker. Obviously, he's one of the most exciting, I think, Widowmaker players we have in the league.
Yeah, there he is on your screen right now, and hopefully, you get to play a lot more DPS going forward as the teams start to shift things a little bit. Seems like overall, league-wide, teams wanting to use a bit more than just the 3-3 now. Substitution, it's going to be Yakpung subbing in for Sharik.
So Yakpung did take a map off of London, but it was the 4th map of the series when London had already won, so I don't quite know what to make about that. We'll see how he does coming in for Sharik now.
And Nero recently becoming eligible to play for Guangzhou, subbing in for Eileen.
Yeah, and they have said, the coaches, when I've talked to them in the past, that they do like the flexibility he brings to the roster. Seen him play a variety of heroes already.
A cool dude with his hair over his eyes.
That's right. That's the best way to play Overwatch. Through a veil of your own hair.
That's right. I can't do that anymore.
You could.
I could.
You just grow long enough to
I should.
anything is possible.
That's true. There's always, I can experiment during the offseason. We're going to Paris, not during the offseason. Right now, it's our assault map between these two teams. A chance for Toronto to tie up the series. And we'll see. Like you mentioned, Yakpung did have a very good map against London in that series. But again, it was a map 4. It was a quote-unquote, we're playing for map differential map. And, you know, he's had such a rough season up to this point. It is always a little bit surprising when they sub him in now, I think.
Yeah, Charge still with no map wins here on Paris, 0-4 overall.
Yeah. Good choice. Yeah. A good map for Toronto Defiant. Not a choice, I guess, but just a good thing for them.
Okay, so Neko, he's coming out on the Torbjorn. Is going to be a bunker composition. I am 37 with the Widowmaker. God's healing himself.
Good.
With the Roadhog.
That's really why you play the Roadhog, because you don't trust your healers. Like I just
when
need
you
to
have
take care
one
of this
support,
myself, man.
When you have one support, you got to take care of yourself.
That's why I play Roadhog. I'm projecting.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, they are going to swap off right now after they see this. They'll keep the double sniper, but they are going to go for the bunker buster. But they also are going to have the FAR instead of the Roadhog. So shield pressure.
Happy. Ooh. Appa showing his face for a moment. Nearly had it taken off by the Widowmaker. Sonic Arrow showing him where the opposing Widow is for the moment.
Yeah, so he's not actually going to take that shot, though.
It's a great synergy between the double snipers. So Hanzo giving shots to the Widowmaker. There it is. Happy winning that duel. No chance for I'm37.
And that's the scary thing about the Guangzhou Charge and Happy on this hero. Does get res, though, so they can't camp the body, but it doesn't matter. Yakpung, there are no resurrections left for you. You only get one.
Pretty much. Ivy takes a lot of shots, too. Happy is just so accurate. It's insane. Look at that, especially when he has SMG and he's 2 feet away from something. Oh, no! Another one! I'm 37. Why did you bring me back only to die?
Turned into DJ Khaled there for a second, though.
Another one. My favorite esports performance artist.
Yeah.
Guys.
I mean, the bar was set pretty low in esports history. Let's be real.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. And we've had some good ones over the years. Various titles.
We have?
Yeah.
Okay. You'll have to remind me about which ones were good later.
I don't want to make any game developers angry by mentioning other performances, but they're out there. Guangzhou Charge on the attack here on point B. Shu's pretty close to the Transcendent, so they've got the safety of the Zen ult at least. When Toronto gets aggressive, like now, Gods with the kill on the Hotfa, and the kills just came too fast. Shu, you can see 99% he's got his ult right now, but Defiant finding that window to get aggressive.
Yeah, Defiant too. Having to play aggressive, they just swapped off that entire composition. Same thing with the Charge, but those Transcendences, one trance can turn into a lot of ult charge on the side of the Charge into a snowball on this point B. So stopping that is a good start here for the Defiant.
Yep. All right. So now maybe, Guangzhou Charge may want to go for some eco pushes here. We'll see. Not a lot of time. They took A pretty quickly.
Problem is you eco push for too long here. The healing coming in from Neko is going to be pretty intense.
Well, I like the pressure from Hotba on the point at least. They do lose Rio, though, on the Charge side, and they have to back away. Yakpung, whoa, Yakpung going really aggressive. Maybe a bit too much. Wow, I'm actually a little bit impressed that they were able to keep him alive.
Yeah, Defiant, though, still not committing any ultimates. This has been a solid defense for them. They're not getting fooled by the back cap pressure of Hotba. As soon as they see him over there, they just run in, they speed boost in, 6 versus 5. That's what you want to do, take that fight. Don't get split up. So charge. Had to use that Transcendence, and now Ivy, as he approaches that Graviton Surge, it's going to be a bit of a trick here for Guangzhou to stop it unless they hit the EMP first.
EMP time, Hot Bug going in, wasting no time. EMP onto 3 members of Toronto, but not the supports. The Nano Boost gets to use onto Yakpung, and needed to hit more with that.
And not Ivy. The grab comes out. Ivy reads it, throws the grab in. So the EMP doesn't get a lot of value.
I think he needed more. Now Happy, he's got his grab. Throws it in onto the statue. Can they do the damage there? The stun onto Yakpung, but the sound barrier there to keep him up. Now the aggression over onto Charge. They have to avoid that self-destruct. They do successfully. Can they take any percentage with the re-engage here?
Rio's looking for an angle.
Yep, sure is.
Oh, he got stunned before he could find it.
Oh man, that shield though, the shield went down, and he did get a stun onto Aid, and I'm 37 got caught in the charge. So Guangzhou making it work. And that may be point B.
They're definitely gonna get it now,
That's it.
Pushing him off.
Yeah, Yakpung denied at the end. Charge beat charge, and a strong finish for Guangzhou on the end of that one.
Yeah, definitely found an opening there. It looked a bit hairy, but Guangzhou finishing with a very respectable time of 3:35.
Yeah, not a bad start for them. Toronto Defiant with a chance to attack right after the break.
Coca-Cola is the official refreshment of the Overwatch League.
Toronto, it's their turn to attack. I would love Neko to stand the Doomfist. I would absolutely love that, but I can't get my hopes up. Don't let me get my hopes up, Monty.
I am letting you get your hopes up.
No, I said don't let me get my hopes up.
I'm getting your hopes up.
Hey, why are you letting me get my hopes up?
Well, it was the only responsible thing to do in this situation.
Is it?
Yes.
Is it?
I'm interested to see if he actually rolls
might.
out with this.
I mean, it's
how
gonna
crazy
be
is he?
double sniper.
No.
All right. Well, Ash almost equally crazy right now. They're gonna just do a little bit of scouting.
Well,
Maybe throw the grenade out there. Yeah.
What they're doing is they're playing long-range sniper and a
Sure.
mid-range sniper, just in case they see a Sombra right there, outside of the spawn. So it was actually a pretty cool little move. Seeing if they can get a headshot onto somebody. Instead, they're going to scout, and they are going to switch to the Winston Moira 3-3.
Oh, that Junkrat though, already making his presence felt. I mean, it's just annoying having to deal with those things flying in there, you know? Toronto Defiant trying to come around the outside here. Happy. Ooh, nice angle there, actually. Makes it hard to engage, and that's a nice headshot onto Yakpung. Ooh, man. Happy has been so close to getting so many picks right now. Getting set up by Rio with that halt, things like that.
Still trying to zone him out right here. Ooh, short little jump there to disrupt the enemy composition.
That's right, but God's down to 0 health basically on his mech right now. I'm 37, down. Nero suffers defeat as well. So God's out of the mech. It was bound to happen at some point. Happy, he knows someone's sleeping there, but he can't get the angle on the shot. Oh, now Mini Diva coming in. Eliminated by the melee strike from Happy, but it's been going pretty well for Toronto. Happy's gonna need to carry this. Oh, the shield! He can't get him before the shield comes back, and now I'm37 gets the kill. Hero opportunity for Happy, but he couldn't quite deliver it. Pretty decent point A take by Defiant.
And here's the question for the charge. What are you going to switch up here? Is Happy going to use the Infrasight? Nero should probably stay on Junkrat long enough to get the tire off.
Maybe you use the Infrasight. No, he's not going to.
All right,
I
here
thought
we
he
go.
might use it to look at the swaps, but
Yep, Happy just going to come in right now and switch to the Bastion.
Yeah.
So bunker comp it is, even with Chara changing to the Batiste. Toronto Defiant. I mean, this is a great answer to the Defiant. Like, how are they going to break this?
yeah, well, that's
With
the
this
thing.
comp, they can't dive onto the Bastion.
Well, they're going to have the supercharger soon. They've got the tire right now, so it's not going to be on the first push, I don't think.
Yeah, this is a smart swap from the charge for sure. Preserve most of their old charge as well. This is really good.
Well, they're doing the right thing. They're trying to come in behind, but Ivy down. I mean, it's just so much damage being poured in there. You get caught by that halt the way they did, it's way too much.
The best part for the Guangzhou charge is this is such a great counter that you don't even need to use ultimates. Like, they can't do anything to you, really.
Yeah.
And Defiant, are they going to come back in with this again?
I mean, you have to
maybe
try
if
to...
Yakun can get Primal, they can disrupt it enough.
I mean, that's the thing. You have to try to dive it and then maybe use the Coalescence to kind of cover everybody in there and do damage at the same time to try to break the hard point, but
I'm not convinced, though.
it's going to be pretty tough.
I think this is going to be really difficult.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to have the Supercharger as well. I mean, soon you're going to have the Amp Matrix, then you're going to have a sleeping main tank.
And hacked.
And dead, sleeping, hacked, all kinds of dead. Tire comes out, waiting for the shield to be done, and there goes Ivy. Yep.
Oh, they used the Coalescence, too. You needed that one for sure.
Yep, that's right. Oh, hi.
So,
Embarrassing.
I might need this later.
You've been bunkered.
I might need this later.
That's right. Oh, a brutal stagger onto Gods right now.
Of course, the mine
Yep.
finisher. Always nice. So Guangzhou, sure, they use the tire and they use the nano boost, but in the meantime, they've gotten the Amp Matrix and the tank mode online, two of the heroes that they swapped. So Guangzhou, actually, that's a very efficient comp switch that they had, especially into what the Defiant were running. So that it's very rarely we see teams just get hard countered in comp changes like that.
I mean,
but Defiant, you know, they changed Neko to the Ana, which I think is good because you can sneak that biotic grenade in there and you need that.
Here's the dive. They're going for it now. Nano Boost on Happy. They got the Immortality Field on him as well. It's a lot of damage onto them, though. Ooh, barely staying alive. Char's Immortality Field did work before he's gone. Now Happy comes in with his ultimate. 2 ticks taken already. You got to get on the point if you're the charge. Rio down. Ivy finishes him, and nobody can even stay on the point. What is this series?
By the way, there were 3 people about to be on that point.
About is not on. Well,
Noah, it's interesting. It's an interesting one, that's for sure. 3:45 in the Defiant time bank.
Well, the time banks nearly identical for the two teams. 3:45 for the Defiant, only 10 seconds ahead of the Guangzhou Charge. So Charge will be attacking first, but we're pretty much on equal footing right now. It might as well be a new map, you know?
Yeah, Toronto Defiant going to go with the same strategy we saw before, running with Gods over here on the Roadhog.
All right, what's it gonna be?
But this time it's only the single support, or the double support rather, instead of the single support. So they are gonna keep the Ana this time around. And Guangzhou, they're gonna commit as hard to this
A triple
double,
DPS here.
Yeah, the 3 DPS attack.
Yeah. Adding in the Zenyatta. Oh, Yakman taking so much damage and Happy. That shield, great job focusing down the shield by the Charge and setting that one up. That was all about enabling Happy to get that headshot. That was nice.
Yeah, there's no chance for a res on that high ground either.
No.
It's too vulnerable.
Oh, goodbye, Gods. And now the duo Comes back, but it's all about the revenge, and they're not gonna get it. Aid needs some. Dying next to the health pack is just insult to injury on the Defiant side. That's gonna be a super simple point A take.
Yeah. Nietzsche, a little bit of a profit there because Gods is dead.
Yep, I guess so.
Well before his time, though. Well before his time.
Happens to the best of us.
I mean, you hope it happens to you. It's a pretty cool thing to be a prophet about.
Guess so. Guangzhou Charge making some swaps, going over to the Sombra. So, all right. Be the 3-2-1. Sombra comp coming in. And Toronto Defiant just swapping to a 3-3 of their own, but they've got Neko on the Ana because they anticipate the Sombra, correctly so.
So wholesale swap, that happened so fast.
Yeah.
Shu only coming with 50% of his ult, but this is another chance for Guangzhou to snowball off that Transcendence like we saw in their first attack. Didn't happen then.
Yeah.
Poking with Shu can make it happen now. Defiant so low in that ult charge across the board.
Yep. Yeah, Charge though. They're gonna have that Transcendence before too long.
Yep, that's the key.
Yeah, Toronto does not want to give them the opportunity though. Got aggressive for a moment, but they had to back away. Their tanks got too chunked out.
Gotta approach slowly though.
Yeah, all right, Yakpuk super low, gets his Zarya shield, but that's the last one he's gonna have for a while. You can see Chara trying to find those opportunities. Yep, Transcendence has to be used. High charges, they dive onto Yakpuk and they're gonna get the kill.
Shatter.
And now Ivy in big trouble. Split off from the rest of his team. Happy's doing so much damage on this Zarya too. Charge has everything they need to make this an easy 4 points here.
Yeah, and that's how you have to do it, Doa. I mean, Rio's gonna get that shatter soon. They're gonna try and nano boost. This is the shot for the Defiant, and
but
they
they're
can't
not
do it.
on the point. They get displaced again.
Well, so what happened there was they thought that the Reinhardt was going to be walking around the side and dropping down as the rest of them backed off, but it was just a little bit too late there for Yakpung
Right.
to get on the point. But that is an excellent snowball, by the way. That's what should have happened the first time we saw Guangzhou on attack, was just snowball via the Transcendence. This time they execute it well. They slow roll into the point, make sure they're in melee range, and then pop the Transcendence. That turns into a lot of ult charge on many other people, nearly getting that shatter up as well, which I think would have sealed the deal without the Reinhardt on the point there, but didn't even need it.
Well, you saw Neko kind of laughing about it at the end. I mean, they've still got a great time bank. I don't think they're too concerned about it. They had a strong attack themselves, first time around, so.
That's actually a level of communication and execution that you don't typically see of the Charge, to be honest with you.
Well, hey, I mean, it's a good sign, right?
Yeah, it's definitely a good sign, knowing what their advantage was and how they were going to use it.
Yeah. Very cool. Well, time for another round, and this time Toronto Defiant on the attack, Charge on the defense. 3:45 in the time bank. Charge actually finished with a minute 46 left over. Not bad at all. A little bit of scouting. And what are they going to decide to do?
That's another interesting tactic right there. IM37 just spamming icicles at head height.
Yep,
Just in case you manage to find a Sombra.
might as well. Icicle to the head, certainly something all those 200 HP heroes can tell you about. How much that hurts. It's basically lethal. More or less.
Nero's still going to be on the Junkrat here, probably why he was subbed in for this map.
Yep.
Up.
Oh, that is
Lot
so
of
sick,
charge.
man. Dude, their halts into Happy's headshots have been incredible.
Yeah, they're definitely flexing Happy on the Widowmaker this match.
Yep.
Currently, Happy is at a 29% scope crit hit rate this map.
1 in 3 are headshots when he's scoped. That's pretty terrifying.
And Nero already here with that Riptire effectively.
Yep.
Using the spam through that doorway.
Doesn't even need to use it though. I'm 37 already down. I mean, you could go for it, but you know, what's the point? You've got the damage in there. You know that Yakpunk's super low too. Yeah, easy kill. Find him with a grenade.
Where's the Moira?
Dude, Rio's halts
Rio's
have
been
been
really good.
some of the best I've ever seen.
Yeah.
This is a great Orisa performance by Rio.
Oh, do you see that too? Hotba
Yeah, D-Mech.
actually, or Happy rather, got the long shot D-Mech. Hotba was there as well.
Dang.
So D-Mech forces him to go back to spawn. Now his ult charge is gone. Brutal.
Yeah, rough start for the Defiant. 2 minutes remaining for them. At the very least, it's kind of looking like it's going to be hard to finish with a better time than charge, even if they're able to complete it at all. Nero just unopposed so far on this Junkrat too, doing a lot of damage. Displaced the, there we go, EMP coming in. Where's the tire? Finds 3! A 3K for Nero. Hotba sets him up with the EMP, and there's no running away at that point. And now another ridiculous stall for Gods. They even put him into the trap. Oh, the humanity. Wow. It doesn't get any more dominant defensively than that was.
That Guangzhou looking very coordinated today.
They really are. It's been a lot of two-player combos that have really been, you know, helping them excel on this map. Rio is centered to a lot of those. Now they got a lot of ults, big ult advantage up against Toronto here. With 1 minute remaining for the Defiant.
Yeah, and they only get 30 seconds too. They take this point.
If they take it. Supercharger coming in. That's just going to keep the Defiant pinned down even more and supercharge everybody.
And the worst part of this for the Defiant, though, is they just haven't been able to get any ult charge at all.
Yeah. All right, Nero in a little bit of trouble. He has to bounce himself to safety. Now the engage from Yakpong, but they got the shield right there. You don't want to go in that room. And 8 down, Happy finds the pick. 1 tick taken by the Defiant. That's something. And now the grab used didn't really get anybody in that, though. The tire finished off Neko and Gods' mech. And Charge still looking strong on the defense. They lose Shu, though.
It's a 4 versus 3 on the point right now, but the Primal might be able to delay long enough to get more Defiant members in.
It could be. Oh, the sleep dart! The sleep dart from Shu. And now if they can finish off Ivy before Yakpong come back, they do exactly that. Now they're just fighting it out in there. Chara down, but nobody's taking the point during this. There's the EMP. They finish off Yakpong, but the Defiant has more people on the point. Can Charge actually hold this?
They're starting to respawn, though. Ball is coming back in.
Yeah, it's going to be a last-minute thing, but people are dropping. Defiant was lacking people on the point, too. I'm 37 trying to be hero on this Tracer.
Everybody coming back in. This might be enough for the Defiant. We'll see.
Yakpong adaptive shielding, helping him stay a little bit more. Neko finally does go down. Happy finds a kill onto the opposing Widowmaker. Yakpong just trying to bounce people around and stay alive, but I don't know, man. He's not going to. That is it. The Charge manage to win the map and go up 2-0 in this series.
Surprisingly one-sided this match so far. Guangzhou playing clean.
Definitely one of the best series I think we've seen from Guangzhou in a while. Strong performances individually, strong team coordination. Lots of stuff to digest at halftime, which is coming up in just a moment.
The Overwatch League is brought to you by T-Mobile, now connecting 99% of Overwatch League fans. Catch your league on America's network, T-Mobile. And by State Farm. Whatever life brings your way, State Farm is here to help life go right.
these squads are trying to get back in the win column after losses last week, but it's Guangzhou Charge up 2-0 at the half over the Toronto Defiant. Welcome back, everybody. It's Puck, and I'm here with a very special guest today. We got Mitch Wesley in his mountain shirt. Yes!
What's up?
Yes!
My Bob
And
Ross
Josh.
painting.
And Josh is with us.
So disappointing.
this time.
So disappointing when we have a guest on the show because I just get introduced as and yeah.
That's fine. Every time Cuss is on stage, I'm like the less good Australian. So that's fine.
Second Australian, yeah.
And now I'm the third.
It
Brilliant.
hurts. Let's jump into this game, though, as we take a look back at map number 1. It seems so far in this match, the points, some people may have allergies to them. You don't need to stay on them all the time. And in this first map, especially in control, was a little bit messy towards the end. But what did you see from these two teams today? Everyone went with Guangzhou on our analyst desk. But so far, honestly, I thought that there were moments where Toronto could hang.
Yeah, I think it hasn't been totally one-sided, but it has been the majority of the time the Guangzhou Charge in charge. And they have been able to run DPS comps where the Toronto Defiant has to react. And also, they've just had more crafted strategy and been a bit more coordinated. Toronto Defiant, I think, is still struggling with this roster change that they had halfway through the season that turned them from a Korean-speaking team into an English-speaking team. That's a major shift.
Yeah, I see a lot of the strats that we saw in this first map definitely revolve around Happy getting kills. Guangzhou, obviously, when we went to Ruins, they played a bit more defensively around the Reinhardt. And I was surprised a couple times. I thought they're not fighting, they want to take fights, but Toronto just broke on them like waves on rock. They almost baited them into some suboptimal engagements. What I understand is, Toronto Defiant had a decent thing going on that first map. They got some Sombra usage, but that is the only time we've seen it so far this series. And that's why, when you go to Paris, I'm wondering why we didn't see that at all from them.
Well, I think one of the reasons is that Ivy was their Sombra, and they haven't really figured out a way of rotating other people so that you have a competent Zarya on the team as well. And that becomes a little difficult then. You're trying to shift gods onto different roles. These are guys that have just joined the team in the first place.
Look, you go against Junkrat Widow, you're not going to match Widows in this case. You can't play Pharah to try and counter the Junkrat because the Widows. So Sombra on the attack would have been a great tool for the Toronto Defiant to break through, and they were shut down by the Junkrat. That shouldn't really be happening. There are lots of ways to play around it.
There's a lot that shouldn't be happening in this series, one of them being the infinite amount of C9s, as Puckett's referenced.
Stay on the point, guys.
It's almost like Monty and Doa knew that there were going to be 100 of them in this match, because they prefaced by talking about the fact that Gods was there for the original one. I think they just heard them talking about it and decided to give everybody a show.
So, Mitch, you kind of mentioned what the Charge was running, and I have to ask you, for the second half, do you want to see more of the Widowmaker? Do you want to see more of the Junkrat, more Bastion? What do you want to see from the Charge to lock this up?
Definitely want to see more of that. Happy has been putting an exemplary performance forward on Widowmaker against compositions that she often isn't brought in against. She is going in against these 3-3 setups now after Toronto had the change, and Happy's still having success there. So that's looking really good. Keep that Sombra going as well. It looks like Guangzhou at least are able to get a lot of value out of it.
I know you guys are both going with the Charge in this match, but I'm with our super fans in the front row who have been cheering on the Toronto Defiant in this one, mostly because we have a very special guest on the post show. Yeah, Chris, what's up, buddy? He's been fired up all day. But we got to show you some special content coming out of one of the new faces of the Defiant. It's one of the members of the old guard going all the way back to the beta of Overwatch. Gods has been one of my personal favorites since Brendan Sideshow have introduced me to his social media.
He's so
and
good.
Our producers, they've gathered some of the best of the best. Are you ready, Josh?
All right, these are the best of God's tweets.
It is a look.
I love this guy. He's like, what would possess you to tweet this out to the world? I don't know, but I love it.
Let me grab my camera right now. When your team needs a second healer, but you're too busy missing headshots.
Accurate.
Is that a direct call out to I'm 37 or something?
What is this?
Oh, this is great. Is this when he elbow drops?
Oh, no.
Gosh. Are you trying to mess with my boy?
I don't know. I don't understand.
Is this an anime reference?
No. I mean, I see one where he literally get like butt drops onto his own phone as well.
Somebody do me a favor. Screenshot his feet. Speaking of feet, his legs get real long in this one.
This guy's a master of content. Bren's watching.
I don't understand how his brain inside that lovely bald head comes up with such incredible ideas.
I love this. This is what he does for fun. Mate, those things cost money. Oh, no!
Shutterboxing an iPhone.
These hands, man.
That is the people.
Gods is a bedroom ninja, but also a lyricist. Mitch, go ahead and read these epic lyrics for me.
No, you're kidding, right?
Come on, hit me up. What do we got? What do we got here?
What is this word? What is this monster?
I don't know, but try
Just read it from the top.
Hello, oh woe. Add you as friend. Do you want to do woe? Blushes I played Dweaver and I made Twix you so we can win. I'm so random, but you still want to duo with me, right? Invite you 100. Please accept my invitation to... No, I'm done. That's
Josh, I just got a request. Our producer would like to hear you do this in 10 seconds. Could you crush that better than Mitch?
In 10
seconds, go.
Hello, adds you as friend. Do you wanty to duo woo blushes? I play Dweaver. I can't do any more.
Keep going.
It hurts my soul.
He's going to summon a demon if he reads this all.
4.
I matrix you.
3.
So we can win.
2.
I can't.
1. That's all we got. If
So
you want to
random.
hear it from the god himself, Gods is going to be on our post show, so tune in for the Watch Point post show after our second half of
I don't
this
get paid
match.
enough
And
for
2
this.
more still to go. We are live on OverwatchLeague.com, twitch.tv/Overwatch, and everywhere you want to be. We'll see you in just a bit.
And when it comes to in-game communication, if they say some words in Korean, I understand like some of them that have to do with the enemy or some abilities or something like that.
처음부터 게임 많이 하고 서로 이제 얘기도 이제 영어로 많이 하려고 하다 보니까 언제부턴가 이제 좀 자연스럽게 친해지게 된 것 같아요. 이미 많이 친해요.
I might need this later.
Welcome back, everybody. Right now, the Guangzhou Charge up 2-0 over the Toronto Defiant and looking fairly dominant in doing so. I mean, Toronto right now kind of rolling over a little bit here in this match. What do you think they need to do to kind of like turn it around?
Well, I think Sideshow said it well. Maybe stay on the objective. This has been a consistent issue. It is weird.
This is the match we were born to cast.
It is weird. It was almost perfect. I don't know if we see more C9s in one match than we already have in this half.
I believe we're at 3 so far.
Yes, we are.
And that's insane. It's not right.
3 and 2
It
maps.
feels uncomfortable.
Do C9s make you uncomfortable?
They do. They do.
Gods' Twitter makes me uncomfortable.
Let's face it, there's a lot of stuff in the meta makes me uncomfortable. Everything does right now. We'll see if Guangzhou can keep the ball rolling. They have a chance to win the series if they win right here on Hollywood. They are 1-2 on this map. Defiant 1-2-1. Meanwhile, death to all railings.
Destroy railings.
Death to railings. No safety.
Yeah, they hate OSHA in the future. This is just this is the rebellion against
like living on the
safety
edge. you know, Overwatch or Talon, everybody hates railings. What's that Ash start again?
Yeah, Toronto's running the Chengdu Hollywood defense.
Yeah, we've seen this.
Yeah, Chengdu's done it a couple times now. And it's been pretty successful, honestly.
Yeah, we'll see if I'm37 can keep up, though.
Yeah, this is so you may be wondering why use the Ash here.
I feel like it's a good way to do some extra damage, but at the same time, you're giving healing ult charge over. And are you going to win that 1v1 versus Happy? That's the real question here.
At mid-range, but it gives you an opportunity to win it, right? And the reason is you can get the Dynamite in the choke point right here. The Dynamite also valuable on the point. You could jump up to the high ground to reposition yourself with the Ash very easily.
I mean, Bob is really irritating to deal with once he gets on the point, too. So there's that.
Yeah, he's not a great ult, but
I mean, it's not going to get you a ton of kills usually, but it will make the team back away and respect it. Yeah. He's like a super Torbjorn turret, right? So you've got that displacement when you cast it, so it's useful. Here we go. I'm37, feeling the pressure now. Coach gun over to the health pack. He's going to come around from the other side now as Charge continue to push forward. Oh, dude, that is a prime Dynamite right there.
Yeah, that's a big win.
That was
catching
sick,
Shu out. Good flank by IM37.
Yeah.
Ivy did not get a lot of ult charge, actually, throughout that engagement.
Surprisingly not. Yeah, usually you see Junkrats have a tire by now, frankly. Now Rio sticking around on it. Doesn't have a lot of healing, though, to support him.
Yeah, he's actually just going to go ahead and pop the Valkyrie right here.
All right, yeah, going for it, man. All right, God's getting a bit low. Rio in a lot of trouble. Can the Mercy keep him alive?
Bob!
Oh, Bob! Bob finds a kill onto Happy. Hey, if you can't fight Happy in the 1v1, just have Bob do it. Bob did something.
I'm so proud of Bob right now.
At the same time, Bob may not have done enough. As Charge still going through. Oh, he missed the Dynamite. And now I'm37. Him and Bono, or him and Ivy, rather. The lone defenders on the point.
This may not be a little bit too much here. They still don't have a tire. Ivy has been so slow in building this up.
Well, they even gave him the nano boost too, I believe. And he still didn't get the tire. Now he's finally got it. It's gonna have to be the world's best tire, though.
Yeah.
That tire just wants some coffee.
Going to be.
Oh, yeah, almost kills Rio. God's there to finish him off with the Bunny Blaster, though. Oh, can't quite carry the point himself. Point A taken by the Charge.
Ooh, 2 minutes and 14 seconds to get that tire. You really don't want to see that. And especially when they're playing a low mobility composition where there are Risas camping the point.
Right.
Little weird that took so long.
That was a unfortunate Junkrat round for Toronto Defiant. I'm37 swapping over to the Sombra now. Hotbond the Sombra on the Charge side. Rio actually going to the Wrecking Ball. Interesting.
Weird that they're running this like double flanker composition.
Are they going to stay with that? I think they're going to change.
Yeah, Happy.
Yeah, okay.
Happy's going to switch off probably because.
Always leave yourself a
Yeah, he's going to go for the Zarya. There's no point in allowing the Sombra and Winston to come and flank your Widowmaker. They're trying to dive into that back line, so just Deathball instead on the cart.
I mean, Ivy's going to need to be so annoying, and he gets hacked immediately if he comes in. That's the thing. It's so hard to run Tracer into this.
I mean, it's a good swap, though, from the Charge. They've been very active today in trying to make compositional swaps to counter, and you know, that's something that they haven't done as much, I would say, in previous matches.
Oh, Rio finds the kill into I'm37. Got a little bit too close to the Ryan Hammer, I guess, there. Ivy does get the kill into Shu, but meanwhile, Yakpunk really low on the Winston. Happy's going to finish him off easily, and that payload is not getting slowed down so much.
Now it's just Lucio hunting, aid, hacked, and taken down. Still a Tracer on the card here. Ivy just going to reset. As we see IM37 on the flank, just trying to farm for some EMP charge, but he's not going to have it before the end of this point when Hotba has his.
Yeah, going for the Doomfist, actually. Last-ditch effort just to try to find any picks he can.
I mean, why not? It's actually a reasonable change if you're going to try to stop this one last push, but...
Oh, but the EMP Hotba right above him. Gets 5 people, everybody but I'm37. That said, Yakpun gets the first kill, but God's going down is a big problem for the Defiant. They needed that Zarya damage. Now Rio may not even need to use that Shatter. There's not much shield yet. Doesn't matter if you're hacked. Everybody's in hammer range. Swing away.
They just had to stay on the payload, so walking into Rio's hammer, even though he was hacked, was kind of inevitable.
Ouch. That's a sleep dart.
They're still going to try and chase some people down here. Get a late kill on the Gods and Neko.
People keep running into hammer range.
Well, they were split spawned and chased down. I mean, what are you going to do? Like, they had to stop the payload.
I guess.
And then they didn't have a choice there because Rio was so far forward on the split spawn.
Very well. Ivy's still on that Doomfist, waiting for the Meteor Strike.
Interesting choice for sure.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised he's sticking with it for this long.
Does combo decently with the MP though, because you don't have your movement abilities, so it makes it
certainly
easier
does.
to land it.
I mean, it combos well with the Nano Boost too. I mean, this is a comp people are using now, and it is decent for various
Oh,
reasons.
they
There's
caught
EMP.
IM37.
All 6 people EMP'd, and now Ivy. It's like we were talking about. You find that opportunity with the Doomfist.
Good reaction.
Yeah.
Get the EMP down from Happy, but it was just a little bit too late. So the EMP goes off and end up still trading, but the payload's still moving here at the end of the day for
Yeah,
the charge.
You got a couple kills. He EMP'd everybody, but he didn't really win the team fight. Yakpung with the shatter. He had a lot of big ones in that round versus London. He's going to need a big one now.
And because they haven't been playing the payload, now there's a bit of trouble here. They're going to try and come in with a nano boost.
Oh yeah, but there's a hack on the Ivy. The nano boost not doing enough to give that Doomfist a picks.
Big
Yakpung
stun.
coming in with the shatter though. Gets hot by end shoe, but nobody there to follow up. You've lost your Doomfist. You don't have the EMP, and now the EMP and the shatter comes in for the charge. Luckily, the sound barrier preventing Rio from getting anything with his charge as far as kills go, but now that payload pretty much there.
He's
Grab on the
bought
payload.
some time though, Dola pushed him off the payload. It's not going to be enough though.
That's it. End of the round. They managed to keep the rest of Toronto at bay, and that is a really, really quick time for the charge.
Yeah, love the fact that we're seeing these dynamic swap opportunities from the charge. They're really playing the team composition game well.
Swap opportunities, if you will.
Swap opportunities, I love it.
Yeah, there you go. Well, Guangzhou loving that attack. Let's see if Toronto can equalize when we come back.
Coca-Cola is the official refreshment of the Overwatch League.
I will keep you here. Helden sterben nicht. Heroes never die. Dein Schutzengel ist da.
Minute 35 for the Guangzhou charge after their attack, and that's a pretty solid time for Hollywood. Any team would be happy with that. Now, Defiant have their chance to try to set a time that might even be better, but it's really been looking like it's all charge so far in this series.
Yeah, the charge also just playing the long game here. Considering they know that Defiant have to go through the whole map, why not just play conservatively, play to conserve, ult charge, and just go for standard play.
Yep.
Reinhardt, Sombra, Zarya here. You don't really care if they're going to be playing a multi-DPS composition because it's going to take them a while to bust through this, and even when they do, you know, they're going to have to swap it up and reset their own ult economy, and that will slow them down in this second point on this map.
Yeah. I'll see what IM37 can get done on this Hanzo.
They did switch to the Orisa again, so Defiant want to have that barrier on the point.
Yep. I mean, IM37 at least has a good look on everybody with the Sonic Arrow. But it's just so many targets that are hard to kill with the Hanzo, right? I mean, there's all these shields.
I'm 37 just playing whack-a-mole with these doorways right
I
now.
mean, pretty much, not even halfway through his ult charge, but they do have a tick already. It is keeping charge kind of bottled up at least.
Yeah.
Ooh, dangerous point for Chara.
Yeah, his zoning has been really good.
Yeah, he has kept them pinned down. Neko down though. First kill goes to the charge, and I'm 37 taken out by Shu's biotic grenade. Ivy gets a double on the Pharah, but Pharah can't take the point, and Defiant are going to need to regroup.
I mean, right now it's a little bit dangerous though, because there's only 4 Guangzhou players there, 3 on the side of the Defiant, but those respawns are about to come in. It's gonna be a 6 versus 4 here pretty quickly.
I mean, they're not there yet, and Rio actually swapped to the Winston too. It's gonna take him even longer to get back to the point. I don't know if that's a swap you want to make right then. God's getting ready to EMP.
So Nano boost up.
Yeah,
Oh, they
I
stopped,
like it.
they stopped the
Whoa,
EMP!
They jumped right onto him. They just Mario stomped him into oblivion. He was a Goomba. And Defiant heading back.
Oh man. So the swap there from Rio, that ended up being a great swap. Like,
Yeah.
honestly, credit to the Charge Day. The swaps have been so smart. They knew they had nano boosts and nothing else. So they say, all right, Rio, you're dead. Swap to Winston, come back, we're gonna nano you. And at the same time, they managed to stop the EMP. Nero.
He got back just in time too. Like, that was a milliseconds thing.
Yeah. But also puts him at 60% of a Primal Rage. So
Yeah,
it ends up working really well. Forces the Defiant to switch.
They've got the
Now
rally
they've just got a nano boost. This is not looking great for the Defiant. Neko nearly dying.
Shu nearly died too, but
everybody dying.
Yakpong's gonna be the one to go down first. Rio just pops that Primal Rage. He got stunned, but they weren't able to really finish him off.
He's gonna switch again now. He's gonna switch to Ryan.
Yep, why not?
Smart.
Here we go.
I mean, really smart. Uses that Primal to help him get back to spawn faster. Now he gets the Lucio Taxi as Chara comes and retrieves him.
Yep.
And they're going to be in a great place to defend. Defiant reset their ult economy over to the 3-3. Guangzhou, they've got 5 ults already. I don't know how Defiant breaks this though. They've got no ult charge. Like, how do you do this with the time remaining?
Get lucky.
Happy's just lurking. Oh,
They get
no.
lucky, man.
Oh, no.
All the damage coming in. I'm 37 down already. It's going to be the nano boost onto Ivy. They really want to try to give him that
They got
grab
Nero.
as fast as they can.
All right, so this is looking up. The Nero is down, which means now that Guangzhou has to use more ults to defend.
Right. Nero had that rally too. So
Sleep onto the Diva.
I mean, Happy's going to be doing so much damage on this high ground. I don't know how you get him off of it. Maybe Aid takes a lot of damage himself.
He doesn't want to get roasted right there.
Nearly dies here. Happy, no self-shield. He has to back away, get some healing from his team. Ivy down, and now Rio walking in with that nano boost. It's going to be an unopposed Earth Shatter if he wants to take it, but no, he can just save it.
Yeah, he's not going to take it right now. Just go ahead, let them flee. And 20 seconds left. Toronto Defiant not close to a Graviton. Rio.
They are getting
Oh no!
wrecked.
This is the bumper spot. You
Oh,
don't
no.
know the Rhine is there because you're not checking that
Corner.
corner. You can't see it. Oh
It's a 4-man Earth Shatter and Shu with a double grenade. And that is the exclamation point on the end of the sentence. That is this round. Guangzhou Charge takes the map and takes the series. One more map to go, but it is over as far as who's gonna take home the win today.
no! Yeah, Defiant. You know, they were built to fight the Borg, not Chinese Overwatch teams, Doa.
That's a good point. Where's Cisco when you need him, huh? I'm talking about the captain, not the thong song guy. Quick break, we'll be back to map 4.
The Overwatch League is powered by Intel. Game, record, stream without compromise on Intel Core i7. And by Omen by HP, the official PC and display of the Overwatch League.
atmosphere. Being awake, I am unstoppable. 60 seconds.
Guangzhou Charge have taken the match. It's a 3-0 so far for them, but they can make it a 4-0. And you know, when you think about it long term, the harder you can win a match, the better, right? And I finally feel like we're seeing the Guangzhou Charge that we thought we were going to see earlier in the season. And yeah, I mean, it's against Toronto Defiant, and maybe they're not the strongest team in the league right now, but still, I mean, they've been playing very intelligently. The swaps have been good. We were talking about it during the break, and just the execution has been really solid for Guangzhou.
I mean, that's a statement win right there, obviously. Full
Definitely.
holding on Hollywood. You know, the 2-0 on Ilios, this has been relatively one-sided. Sure, there have been a couple mistakes here and there from Guangzhou, but I do really like the way they're swapping right now. And one of the things that the coach has also said to me about Nero is that they like how vocal he is in the game. So you begin to wonder if he's the one, you know, partially responsible for some of these audibles where they're changing the comp.
Another map that the Charge have not taken a win on yet this season. They're 0-3 on Gibraltar, Defiant 1-2, so not much better.
Yeah, they've been turning their fortunes around on some of the maps today already,
They
Doa.
have
So
indeed.
no reason to believe they can't do it again here.
The Charge going to try to go for the Roadhog play, it looks like, off the bat.
I think why not always do this, right?
You should.
You might as well.
Maybe not. Maybe they're just going with it. Yeah, there's no, okay.
No, they're gonna swap.
Normally you use the, or sometimes I should say, they use the Orisa to try to get the halt into the
Yeah,
hook, but
sometimes there's a diva though that's waiting there that just
I
randomly
mean,
gets
usually
hooked.
there is, but usually there's a diva there to eat the halt too, so.
Yeah.
That's it. Charge going back to the regular Sombra comp here. 3-2-1, if you will.
Already lurking behind. That's a nice free hack onto Ivy.
Yakpung.
No bubbles, no bubbles. That's why they go in.
Yakpung's taking so much damage, man. He's already down. No hope for him. Goodbye, Aid. I think he got hacked as well.
It's so hard to get your Zarya hacked first like that because at that point in time, you don't have any protection, and so Guangzhou just runs at the front line. That is a perfect target.
Yep.
And then,
Now,
yeah, the bonus too is you don't get charge on the enemy Zarya, so they can't actually deal as much damage as your Zarya. It just all comes apart. You can't allow your Zarya to get hacked like that.
Yep. You are correct.
I'm out of here.
And meanwhile, Defiant, they're going to be able to put together a last-ditch effort defense here at the end of point A. They're going to have all 6 people, but Ivy already taking a lot of damage here. Just be careful. Hotba got that EMP. Ooh, they chase him. He's going to go back. Nice translocator. Good EMP on Toronto, and his team wastes no time in following up, winning the fight. GG point A. That was so fast.
Very clean. Defiant don't look like they're all together right now. You know, as a team, they're gonna get staggered here too. Just, oh God.
Yep. Oh, that is a massive stagger. I mean, that is a massive split spawn too. Yakpung and Ivy down, and it's gonna be a lot of distance taken by the payload already on B.
And, you know, you appreciate the little things with professional teams. Just the execution of body blocking before you eliminate them, right? Like you trade off who's blocking the doorway just to maximize time. The charge also and some of these staggers on the Diva today have looked really clean. Like they're playing at a level of discipline that I don't think we've seen the charge play at before, honestly.
Yeah, really. And again, you know, it's not against the strongest opponent ever, but you really have to give them a lot of credit for what looks like really crisp execution.
Yeah, and like it doesn't matter who the opponent is. The fact that these little things look better than they can do against anyone and are totally in their control is what's important.
Abby just runs in there, man. It's a microwave. They're in the grab right now. Toronto throwing everything they've got at the charge. Nero goes down, and maybe you back off a little bit here. Yeah, the damage is real. Oh, but the shatter sends Ivy to the ground. They've got the sound barrier to keep him up, though, but Gods is out. Hack
they're trying
onto
to turn
Defiant.
it.
Everybody else gets hacked. Yeah, why not? You've got the EMP. Defiant walked right into that one. It's the same thing that happened on Ilios, right? Defiant got aggressive with the chase, and Charge just EMP'd and wrecked him.
Yeah, and because we saw Happy still alive there, Doa, even better for the Charge, as Chara didn't even have to use the sound barrier. They just got totally baited in. Guess what? Who likes split spawns?
Charge does right now, Defiant does not.
There you go.
All right.
I mean, Defiant tried to get there in time
Yeah.
to save people, but just not happening.
Whoa, Shu with the 3K. I might be leaving the Moo crew and joining the 2 crew. Once again, I was on that crew before. I've been changing crews.
I know, you have no
Between Shu and
loyalty.
Moo from the course of the season.
You got no loyalty to the crews,
I'm
Doa.
a crew mercenary. Not to cruise the player on Paris. The crew, C-R-E-W.
Okay, good.
The Moo and Shu crew.
All right.
Right.
Well, I'm glad. We
Now you got
know
it.
which crew you're on right now. Keep us updated throughout the season.
I'll let you know, don't worry. All right, self-destruct engage. Ivy does pick up the kill into Chara. All right, Hoppin not really having any success finding hacks right there, but Rio does find the success with the Fire Strike onto Aid. The most important stat in Overwatch, Fire Strikes.
Absolutely. Fire Strike a limbs.
Oh, there it
comes
is,
in.
EMP! Doesn't even need that shatter yet. All right, Nero, Transcendence. Or rather, Neko Transcendence. Now they got the grab, but no follow-up really. There it is, a counter shatter. Goodbye, Yakpong. Aid needs some as he's gonna get bounced around into oblivion. And Charge not only have done great executing their own strategies, they've done such a good job countering what Defiant is throwing at them too.
Also, it just looks like,
Welcome to the grab.
yeah, Defiant is a little mental boomed right now as they barely manage to escape the spawn.
Shatter it, nobody, man.
Yeah, nice
rough.
block there by Rio.
Yeah, one last fight. And you gotta just assume Charge is gonna win it, right?
Another
937
EMP.
down, easy EMP. Oh, into the 5-man shatter. Whoa!
Yikes.
Charge putting on a show right now, man.
35 to 4 eliminations. By the way, Rio in that one push had 11 shatter stuns and 8 shatter kills. That's how you style on somebody
It
as
is.
Reinhardt.
Yeah, at this point, it is just styling on these guys.
Yikes.
Well, we're gonna flip things around, give Defiant a chance to attack here, but you know, at this point, your morale, if you're the Toronto Defiant, is pretty much, you know, out of the arena and, you know, probably in Antarctica or something like that. It's far, far away.
In the Fortress of Solitude.
That's right.
Oh, man. Well, I guess the bright spot for Toronto fans is, again, you guys do have, as of the schedule right now, based on the current records of teams, the easiest schedule in Stage 4. So definitely a chance to bounce back. Only a match, like, they're 7-9, they're barely below 500.
Sure. Well, flip side, it's Toronto's turn to attack, as we just mentioned. Looks like Charge going to go with the Sombra comp again, and why not? Been dominating with it all day. Why not just keep that going, right? We saw a crazy hold from the Charge just a moment ago in Hollywood too, so it certainly is an option for Gibraltar here. Neko, you can see Defiant going to go for that Marisa halt hook combo right out the gate, see if they can catch anybody. Everybody knows
There's
this
no
is coming.
diva this time, so definitely a chance to hit the halt, right?
Yeah, everybody knows this is coming, but you might as well give it a shot. Oh, all right, that halt didn't hit anyone, and Neko just, all right, no. From,
Like, please!
from spawn, I strike at the, have a hook.
He's like, maybe I'll get lucky. But
Nope, maybe not.
he was not lucky.
That's at times. All right, Neko swaps over to the Ana as well. When the Sombra is seen. All right, Hoppa jumping down, going for that hack onto one of the tanks. Translocates out. The safety here. All right, Happy. That's what you do. You put your Zarya on the high ground right now. Do a lot of damage. Jump down, let's get charged up like this. A lot of damage coming out from that Zarya at the
Nice
moment.
Bionic Grenade, though. Doesn't save Aid.
Great boop, actually, from Chara to bounce people just into that Fire Strike from Rio. And everybody's going to drop now. It's the beginning of the end for this team. Right?
Rio with the fade away sleep.
That's right.
Fire Strike for the elimination. Nice.
Like I worked so
Nicely
hard for
done.
that kill, I need a nap. Can't blame you. He's had a long day of earth-shattering people.
He does. He has definitely been the Shatter King in this series.
That's right. And little ult advantage for the Guangzhou Charge right now. Actually, pretty big ult advantage when you look at whose ultimates are going to be available soon.
see Hotba has the EMP.
Shu's gonna have his Transcendence. Rio.
8 so far away from the sound barrier. This should be easy for the charge.
Yeah. Do you even need the Earth Shatter? Rio's not even sure anymore. Neko's down. All right. 6v5 in favor of the charge again.
That was their only ult too.
I mean, that's the thing. You're happy just using that EMP and saving everything else. Why not? It's all about the efficiency now if you're going for this full hold.
Right, you won the fight. Doesn't matter how many people you eliminate, as
Yeah.
long as you win the fight and push them back to spawn, because it's all about time on the objective.
Right.
So, effective EMP, that's all you gotta say.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting. We've seen them shift from going EMP right into the Shatter, and now they're like, do we even need a Shatter? they haven't for a few fights. They really haven't. All right. Aggression from Defiant. They got to try to take point A here. Neko's got the nano boost.
Hopping already at 60% of another EMP too.
Yeah, he's been gaming those really fast. There we go. All right, anti-heal gets eaten up. Nano boost comes in. Rio goes for the Shatter, hits Gods and aid the hack as well. Hotba has an EMP available. Yakpunk coming through. Oh, just stunned, CC'd into oblivion. That is how you do it.
Wow.
That said, Toronto's going to finally have a good amount of EMPs when they come back with this next fight. But if they don't win this one, the round is basically over.
I mean, sure, they will, but what does a win here for the Defiant look like? With both Trance and Sound Barrier up, how are they going to combo the Graviton Surge?
Rio's just taking a nap again, man. Why not? He appreciates his sleep darts now. It's like, thank you. I was getting a bit tired.
I mean, I just don't know how they follow up on this, though. Like, the EMP should just shut them down. Defiant.
I mean, it has been all match long.
Yeah, they're going to have to really disrupt Guangzhou, force them to use a support ult in a non-ideal fashion.
Self-destruct thrown in. Going for the bigger bang. Yakpunk does get the charge kill onto Rio, so it's going to be a short-handed fight coming out for Guangzhou. There's the EMP. Hits everybody except for Neko. Sound barrier cleared off of a lot of people here, and that's going to mean Charge can walk right back in. That's the thing. They got rid of that Lucio ult so fast.
Yeah, they got
another
one
fight. That's it.
That's probably going to be
man.
it. As Neko dies, 15 seconds, there's not going to be another 6 versus 6 fight.
It's where you just type GG, right? 10 seconds. Gonna be lucky if anybody on your team gets back to the payload. You're not gonna get that 6v6 fight again.
You're not even gonna get there.
No, I don't know if you're not. I don't think you're gonna get there. No, they do not. And that is how you dominate in Overwatch. Guangzhou Charge with the 4-0 victory over Defiant, and it does not really get too much more one-sided than that.
50-5 eliminations for Guangzhou.
Insane.
Hotba and Shu did not die on Gibraltar. Absolute dominance.
Only 2 points taken by Toronto that entire series too. Wow.
That's a big bummer.
You know, I honestly didn't really know what to expect coming into this series.
I did not expect that at all.
I thought it would be a lot closer than it was, but what I didn't expect was Guangzhou playing better than I think we've seen them all stage, certainly maybe all season.
Yeah, that was an impressive performance by Guangzhou.
Yeah.
Again, it's the little things you look at in terms of coordination and discipline, and Guangzhou coming out and just seemingly getting stronger every single map that they played.
Yeah. Well, if they can keep that up, they are going to have an exciting stage coming up for them in stage number 4. That was Guangzhou at their best for sure. Now, let's send it down to Danny, who's standing by with Hotba to break down that last match.
Monty and Doa, thank you very much. I am standing next to Hoppa from Guangzhou Charge. You could clap. Congratulations, amazing job. 4-0 clean victory for you guys. Now, compared to stage 2, Guangzhou Charge is looking a lot more confident. And, you know, I just want to ask you, what sort of changes were made between stage 2 and stage 3? And also, how are you guys able to improve so quickly? 스테이지 2와 좀 비교를 해봤을 때 광주 차지가 오늘 경기만 봤어도 확연히 다른 모습을 많이 보여준 것 같아요. 좀 어떤 변화가 팀적으로 있었나요?
우선 스테이지 2보다 스테이지 3가 저희한테 더 좋은 메타라고 생각하고 우선 로스터도 많이 바뀌었고 지금 분위기도 되게 좋아가지고 그 결과가 나온 것 같아요, 대회에서.
So compared to stage 2, the current meta in stage 3 is really, I feel like Guangzhou Charge, our team, could really benefit from the current meta that we're in right now. It's very favorable for us, and also our team environment is very good. We're all having a really good vibe in our team, and we're just having a lot of good time. Alrighty, and also next 2 matches are you guys are going up against Shanghai Dragons twice this stage. what do you guys have to do in order to defeat the Shanghai Dragons, who are also, just like you guys, are known for their DPS heavy compositions. 이제 다음 경기 두 개가 이제 상하이 팀과 두 번 만나게 될 텐데 아무래도 상하이 팀도 그렇고 광저우 팀도 그렇고 둘 다 좀 어떻게 보면 딜러 조합을 굉장히 자주 쓰고 또 잘 쓰는 팀이잖아요. 어떻게 하면 광저우 팀이 이길 수 있을까요?
우선 오늘 했던 대로 잘 준비하면 저희가 이길 것 같고 상하이 쉬울 것 같아요.
Right, I think if we just play how we did today, I'm sure we're gonna win. And also, I feel like against Shanghai Dragons, it's gonna be an easy match for us. Papa, I'm gonna add another question. Can you sort of predict how the games are going to be played out for the both Shanghai Dragons matches? 방금 좀 굉장히 쉽다고 말씀하셨는데 혹시 좀 어떻게 좀 예상을 하자면 경기가 좀 어떻게 흘러갈 것 같나요? 두 상하이 팀과의 경기.
아마 손브라고츠 미러전이 나올 것 같은데 저는 제가 제일 잘하는 손브라라고 자신감이 있어요.
So I believe it's gonna be Sombra Goat's mirror match for Shanghai versus Guangzhou Charge, and I do believe I am the best Sombra, so we're gonna win. Alrighty, well, that's gonna be coming up very, very soon. Thank you so much, Hoppa. Monty and Dua, back to you guys.
There you go. Thank you, Danny. Great interview with Hoppa. He's just like, well,
Hoppa is such a character.
I'm just going to be somber and be better than him. So that's how it works. Hey, it worked today.
I mean, you really can't argue with the results today from the Guangzhou Charge. They sort of clapped the Defiant into the next dimension.
They rocked him like a hurricane. Let's go to the stage 3 standings, see how that breaks down. Now you've got the Charge in 12th place, 2-2 overall, 0 map differential, dead even. So if they can take big wins over Shanghai, they've only got Washington after that. They actually do have a legitimate chance to get in the stage playoffs.
Yeah, and realistically, they only have to win one of the matches versus Shanghai, right? You can go 4-3 and potentially still make it. It is very important, though, as the Charge try and mount a comeback into playoff contention for the overall season, though, that they get a lot of these 4-0 wins. Because remember, they are in a massive map differential hole overall because they did lose 23 maps in a row.
That is also a bit of a problem. But
it's a big problem.
If they can keep the level they've been at today, they should do well. Let's take a look at our player of the match brought to you by Omen by HP. It's Rio. That's right, the main tank for the Charge. Hitting tons of Earth Shatter kills, putting a shield in the right place at the right time, fire striking the fools, and guess what? He's our player of the match.
This one, you never fault a team for this one. Like Bumper showed this as well, because you simply can't tell that the Reinhardt isn't there until it's too late.
Yeah.
But it's such an excellent Reinhardt spot if you have that Shatter.
Yep, and it's a great way to sort of just like win more, right? It's a great way to sort of capitalize on the advantage you already have.
Ooh, 19 Shatter kills throughout this match. Remember, he did spend some time on other tanks as well. Just very few 6 deaths. So
30 Earth Shatter stuns.
Yeah.
Dude, that's the big number to me. I mean, he caught so many people with it, and a lot of it was due to those EMPs. You know,
Rio is definitely the slam lord today. So we'll see if he can keep it up, though. Exciting times. Guangzhou individually have always been very skilled. It's been that coordination. Today they had it. Let's hope they can keep it moving forward.
Well, one more match to go, guys. It's going to be the Hangzhou Spark taking on the Seoul Dynasty. This is going to be a pretty exciting one, too.
It's going to be a really good match.
Yeah, that's right. A rematch from Stage 2 should be fun to see. Don't go anywhere, guys. That match is coming up right after this.
The Overwatch League is brought to you by T-Mobile, now connecting 99% of Overwatch League fans. Catch your league on America's network, T-Mobile.